I was 14 when I first saw Peter. I was at a friend's party at the time, and aside from strobe lights, it was almost pitch black inside. As it was dark when I first saw him, I thought nothing was wrong. Gradually, though, I began to sense that something was off. The boy, I estimated that he was around 18 at the time, was just standing still, staring at me. Shadows seemed to gather around his eyes, and I very quickly looked away. The sight of that shadowy boy, who I would later come to know as Peter, freaked me out. The way he stood still in the middle of the moving mass of people, his black eyes staring straight at me. Worse still, none of the other teenagers in the crowd seemed to notice him. I left very shortly after. For about a month after the party, things were fairly normal. I played video games and went to the Mall of America, all the things normal Minnesotan teens do. Then one day while at the park, though, I saw him again. I thought maybe he must have lived around that area. He was staring at me again. I stared back, fascinated by his appearance. He was fairly normal looking. Tall, slightly skinny, but with obvious muscle, shaggy golden brown hair and a light smattering of freckles. That wasn't what I was enamored with, however. Behind his lips, firmly in a grinning smile, were his teeth. They were short and pointy, covered a normal yellowish white, and then his eyes. They were a deep black, and tiny veins in them were flooded with black as well. His pupils and irises were pure white. I sneezed then, and somehow in that short amount of time, he vanished. I got up to see where he'd gone, and while I didn't find him, I did find a trace of him. A trace in the form of a box. I walked over to investigate against my instincts. It had my name on it. I carefully opened it, and a letter and necklace spilled out onto the bench. By this point, my brain was screaming at me to get the hell out of there, but being the dumb 14-year-old I was, I ignored the logical part of myself. I picked up the letter, unfolding it. It read as follows. "Hello, Riley. I'm Peter. I want to be your friend. I enclosed a necklace for you, so please keep it safe. Don't go looking for me. I'll find you." There was a smiley face scribbled beneath the letters. Creepy, but harmless, I thought. Maybe he was disabled or something. It would explain his weird teeth and eyes. I shrugged and figured that note was harmless. He'd probably just gotten my name from someone at the party. I stuck the note in my pocket and tugged the necklace on. It was made with a cheap plastic chain from a craft store, one that could be clasped and unclasped. A red agate-like stone, clumsily wrapped in wire, strung on the chain. I started back home, the necklace heavy on my neck. When I got home, though, he was waiting for me in my room. Obviously, I screamed, but no one reacted or asked if I was okay. Peter was standing there with a grin, like something from a nightmare. What the fuck? I croaked out. "Your family can't see me. Only you can," he smiled, his smile growing wider. "They can't hear you talking to me either." I thought I was going insane. It seemed as if Peter knew what I was thinking as he giggled. "You're not going insane. Just think of me as your imaginary friend," he said, in response to my unvoiced concern. I tried to climb out of the window, but Peter stopped me with inhuman strength and speed. "I just want to be your friend," he said angrily, tossing me on the bed. As I struggled to sit up, I heard a knock at the door. "Honey, is that you?" My mom poked her head around. "How was the park?" "Fine, Mom. I'm going to bed now, alright? I'll see you in the morning." As my mom closed the door, I looked around for Peter, but he had disappeared again. Over the next few weeks, I grew used to Peter's presence. I even came to enjoy his occasional witty comments. Once I got in trouble when all the jams went missing, and when I asked Peter later, he said he'd eaten them. After that, I bought him jam once a month. Time passed, and even though I grew, Peter always stayed the same. I almost forgot that I'd ever had a life without him. I did what he told me to do, and things worked out just fine. For my 15th birthday, he gave me a bracelet. When I asked where he got it, though, he just shrugged. The next day, there was a death on the news. A girl my age was found dead, her eyes stabbed out and a smiling face carved into her stomach. I was more respectful towards Peter after that. After my 16th birthday, things started to change. Peter was almost always around, and he got very violent if I didn't do what he wanted. For instance, when I needed to do homework and couldn't play hide and seek with him, he slammed me against the wall. When I made a noise of pain, he let me go, and even helped with the homework, but I never forgot that look on his face. It was pure hatred, no room for any other emotion. I'm 18 now, and a couple of days ago, he started asking if I'd be his friend forever. Now, I'm not a very superstitious person, but I've been getting a very bad feeling about him ever since my 15th birthday. I did some research and I've concluded that he's either a fairy or a demon. Considering I didn't know quite what being his friend forever entailed, I told him I wasn't sure. He threw a lamp at me. That was 5 days ago. Now he asks me the same thing every morning. I've been telling him I need more time to think, but I can tell his patience is wearing thin. I wanted to tell my mom about him, but I'm scared she'll send me to some sort of insane asylum. So I'm writing this on a website for people who get a kick out of scary stories. Maybe one of you can help. Peter will probably come soon, so I need to go. What is up, guys? Blue Spooky here, as always. Thank you guys so much for watching, especially if you made it this far into the end of the video. Thank you guys for sending in your stories and all your comments and support. It's really made me feel a lot better after all that stuff. I admit that maybe I panicked a little bit more than I should have because I had 2 strikes, but I think with the videos taken down and everything, that I'll eventually put back up after the strikes are gone. It'll probably be fine. But I still have my second channel there in the comments, in case something does happen. I'm also gonna this week try to start posting videos on there as well. I want to read some stuff that's not as scary type of stuff on there, probably some web novels, and maybe do like some read-overs of like manga and stuff if anybody's interested in that kind of thing. Please be sure to like, share, or subscribe if you enjoyed the video and feel so inclined. If you do subscribe, make sure to hit that bell and click the all so you can be notified of all my new upcoming videos. Please be sure to leave any feedback in the comments below if you have anything you'd like to let me know, any ways I can improve or anything. Links to all of my social media will be in the description of the video below. You can send me a message on any of those and I will try to get back to you as soon as possible. But be warned that I don't use Facebook as often as I use Twitter or Gmail. If you decide to send in a story to help me out, please be sure to include what the name of the story is if it has one, how you would like to be credited in the description of the video the story appears in, and the theme of the story if it has any. Please be sure that it's easy to read and has relatively appropriate grammar, but other than that, pretty much I'll accept anything. Huge thanks to my artist friend Alan, who is doing all my art for this channel and the other channel, so be sure to check him out. I think he does commissions and he does a lot of cool horror stuff, so you might be able to get some good things out of him. If you're curious about the music used in this video, it's in the description in the order it appears, as always, with links to the artist, and I think that's about it. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a great day.